Hello, welcome to Floral Juice. My name is John McDonald, and today we're going to make a fun little arrangement using these beautiful pink tulips and orange gerbera. So the reason I've chosen these is I just think they make such a fantastic colour combination. So this is really going to be the thing that catches your eye with our design. But before we begin, I'd just like to say thank you to our sponsor, Mahi Leather. They sent us one of their aprons to try out, and I have to say it is superb. It's really good quality, it's really well made. You've got lots of space for putting your scissors or knife. And the problem with normal aprons, like fabric ones, is ultimately the tools that you carry start to dig through and wear through. So if you're looking for something that would last long term, then this is ideal. So whether it's for a hobby or whether it's for a work situation, then really they have a great range of options. They also do other things like handbags, so it's worth having a wee look. So click in the description of the video and you'll be able to have a wee look and see what products they do. But honestly, we're really happy with it. It looks great, it's very comfortable to wear, and I think if you're going to do a lot of dirty work like say wreath making, then it really is invaluable. So back to today's video. As I say, I've got these wonderful little gerbera, so we're just going to lay them out. And this is really the first thing that we need to do is actually just sort out our materials. So my tulips, this is how they come. What I need to do is I need to clean these off. So I'm just going to remove the lower leaves. And what you tend to find is that they're a bit damaged or they're a bit dirty anyway. So it depends what you're actually going to be doing. But if you see this flower here, we're not really going to see that flower because of the leaf. So we can just snap it off. So just going over your fresh material gives you an opportunity to check over the quality and look for any damage, look for any problems, especially if this is in a commercial situation where the item or the finished design is going to go to a customer. The last thing you want is to put in something that is going to make the design last less. So a broken stem or a bent stem, that flower is going to fail quicker. So this gives us that chance just to double check our product and our flowers and make sure they're all in good condition and there's going to be no problems. So I can get rid of these leaves, maybe. And what I wanted to do is we've got a very strong colour combination, and I really like the idea of picking up on the green. So green and orange, it's a striking combination. And I have these little collars, and these have been kicking around, and they're really cute for making little bunches, for making little bouquets. Now, we could put in our little gerbera into one, we could put our tulips into one, or we could even do a combination. But what I thought would be fun is using these as the base for an arrangement. So I actually use a container. So again, I've got a nice green container, which I notice is a bit dusty, typical. And the first thing we're going to do then is fill this with water. Which is pretty important. So we've got our container, and really what I would like is for these little holders to sit in my container. So I'm just looking to see how best I want it to sit. I quite fancy, so I'm going to have to turn this so I can actually see it. I like the idea of making an arrangement and it's got two different planes. So rather than the round holder with just the flowers inside, we're actually doubling that effect. So this is going to allow us to do that. And just to hold these together, I'm going to use a little bit of pot tape. So this is just the tape you would use to secure your flowers or secure your foam if you were using foam into a dish. Now we can use another little bit, and this will get hidden anyway. So these little holders, little collars, they're not expensive. They can be quite messy. They're definitely not perfect, but that's actually part of their charm. So when we think like Mother's Day, they really are a great way of framing some flowers and making them look a little bit interesting. Yeah, so you can see straight away that we've got a nice heavy pot with a water source, and we've got these two planes off the holder. So now I'm going to do this, I'm going to make this like a hand tie, and really what I think would be good is having the orange down below. So I'm just going to feed these in. So I do have to be conscious of the framework that is here. So the framework of the wire and the actual collar as well. So this is going to take just a little bit. So again, I'm going to try and spiral the stems as we go. That's important if you can, because it allows you to create a much neater look, a much tidier effect. But I don't necessarily want this to be like a perfect like formal sort of design. I want it to be a little bit fun and a little bit wild. So this is at the moment sitting maybe just a little bit too flat. So we'll bring some up and some down. So straight away, we're hiding this collar, but we're making it interesting. I'm realising now that I've done this that maybe the best thing would have been to do my tulips first, because I really want my tulips into this area here. But we can work with that. In fact, yeah, maybe we do. Maybe we do our tulips first. Because the problem with that is that there's going to be quite a lot of stems here. So let's just remove this. The great thing with this is that it's just really two types of flower. So we're not having a big issue by changing anything. What I love about the tulips is that they've got such a beautiful shape. And it's really this shape that I would like to pick up on. The fact that they curve. And then by removing the leaves, we're also starting to showcase the stem. And the stem gives a line which highlights the movement that you're wanting to bring out. So I hope you can see we've got a nice form there. I want to pop one or two in there that start to just turn the other way. Now the fun thing with tulips is they're just going to do their own thing anyway. So if you want them to continue this line, you really want to position them in a house where they're facing towards the light. If there's a light source, they will move towards that. They will keep growing. So if they're going to face away from that light source, they're all going to start growing that way. So really, if you want them to continue this really nice movement, then have them facing the window. And if you want them to not grow at all, the best thing to do is have them somewhere dark. That will work. I don't like you there. Or do I? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think just having like one or two behind takes your eye through to this colour that's here, which is interesting. The great thing with the tulips is they're so easily available. You can just get a couple of bunches and have a wee play. You don't need to get particular named varieties, or you can just get the colour that you like and just enjoy them. Right, so I'm looking at this, I've got a nice line, and now we can start to add our gerbera. So I'm going to put one quite low. Like we did in the last one, we want them to sit in interesting ways, but not all just on one plane, because then that just tends to look a little bit unnatural. And I really want that to take your eye again into the design. So we've got that one in there, but now I want to bring one right into the back here, down into it. And that's helping to hold it open as well. Now, just because we've got them doesn't mean we have to use every single thing. So let's have a little look and see what we've got. I'm liking this. Now, I do have a little bit of foliage. And we can just use that little bit of foliage just as a collar. But also, we can make a little bit of a feature. Now, we've done this one before. Better doing it from behind. So we have a little feature with this little bit of palm, and we can just pop that in. So this is just giving us like a little highlight. So we've got our nice tied bouquet here. Now this could be done as a bouquet, this could be gift wrapped, and it would be fine. And what we're basically doing is taking these little cheap collars and making them a little bit more exciting, and using our flowers in a different way. Rather than doing like a mixed bouquet in one collar, we're doing grouped flowers in 2 collars, which I hope you find really interesting and find more exciting. I quite like that. I think that's quite fun. So all we need to do now is look at how to trim these to get them in the vase. So we'll just go straight across with our secateurs. I must admit, I really like secateurs for cutting flowers. So what we have is we've got an interesting design. It's eye-catching because of the colour. We've got a good heavy base, and we've created 2 different planes within the design by using these frames. And we've got just a fun design that I think anyone would enjoy. So I hope you can see how easy that was to put together. It's quite easy to get tulips, it's quite easy to get little bunches of gerbera, and really it's just what you do with them that you can then enjoy them. So this will sit quite happily on a table and you'll get lots of enjoyment. Just keep the water clean and fresh, and this will last really, really well. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already subscribed, then click here to subscribe. We've got a new video every week and we would love you to join us for future designs. And remember, just check out Mahi, treat yourself if you fancy and just have a wee look. And we really hope to see you for our next video. Stay safe and see you soon.